Now, what do you want, an educational project or a litany of excuses? I don't want some amorphous series detailing society's ills.
The final season of The Wire is a standout in an almost spotless 5-season run, often considered one of the show's lowest points, and The Wire subsequently ended after season 5. In the series' final chapter, the Major Crimes Unit desperately tries to close in on Marlo Stanfield. Omar Little also hunts for Marlo and other Baltimore drug criminals. Mayor Carcetti decides he can't do enough as mayor and must now look towards running for governor, and business goes on as usual in the Baltimore Police Department. The season offered satisfying send-offs to many of the important plot lines that had been building for years. After an absence in Season 4, Jimmy McNulty is back as a central character in The Wire Season 5, in one of the more bizarre plot lines in the show that serves as a centerpiece around which all other stories revolve. Realizing that the Major Crimes Unit won't receive the necessary funding to gather evidence on Marlo Stanfield, he meddles with evidence to fake a serial killer in hopes that media sensationalism surrounding such an event could get the funding the police need for real cases. These events cause drama throughout the series, in the mayor's office, police departments, and of course, the newsroom. While The Wire is generally considered great from start to finish, it's commonly argued that Season 5, the final season, is the weakest, right behind Season 2. The story structure of the show, after Season 1, had each season follow a tangentially related narrative, often including new characters that provided a new and supplementary angle to the show's main themes. Season 2 focused on the docks and worker unions, Season 3 on the mayoral campaign, Season 4 on the school system, and finally Season 5 introduced characters at the Baltimore Sun, the city's primary newspaper. While the news plotline tied in thematically with the series and offered a truthful look at journalistic integrity, the characters didn't offer the same emotional connectivity as newcomers from previous seasons, and the storyline felt forced at times, with characters filling out simple archetypes in the setting. In a series known for its particularly strong characters, the journalists at the Baltimore Sun weren't its best. While these characters weren't the strongest by The Wire's standards, they did carry the impossible burden of following up Season 4, which offers some of the most emotional richness in the entire series. Even in bizarre circumstances such as The Wire Season 5 serial killer plotline, the series holds such a strong cadence that it can still feel realistic. The serial killer plotline is an interesting idea, and every character plays a part in it that's true to their motivations. It is a well-written story that offers intrigue that spreads to an array of characters. Even still, The Wire is a series that not only succeeds in great storytelling and thematic depth, but also in its attention to detail and realism. The exploration of realism in its locations, characters, and language is just as important of a quality to the show as its social themes. With that having been said, Season 5's serial killer plotline can be seen as having some missteps in comparison to previous seasons, which makes The Wire Season 5 the weakest season. Jimmy McNulty's success with the ordeal stretches on through most of the season, and ridiculously it ends up working in the apprehension of Marlo Stanfield when all else has failed. It's important to note that standards for The Wire are so high that even a down season for the show is still a well-produced piece of television in the wider landscape. While some series reach their final season and implode, crashing and burning, The Wire kept a quality that was steady enough to still land on its feet. The political plotline and police work were still intriguing and followed similar beats to previous seasons. Satisfying closure was offered for a number of characters, while still remaining true to the show's themes.